Hey guys, I'm going to be doing a Best Multi-Platform Game of the Year award for 2009. Just to let you guys know, all these games I'm going to show I've purchased for the Xbox 360. Just because I purchased them for the 360 doesn't mean I have anything against the PlayStation. I just buy all my multi-platform games for the Xbox. So let me first start off with the most anticipated game of all time, or at least one of the most, and that's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. This game's got a fairly short campaign, 5 to 6 hours, but don't let that discourage you from getting this, because throughout the whole campaign, your jaw's going to be on the ground, because it's got some really good spectacles, the scenery, environment, really good in this game. The Spec Op modes does make up for that short. The Spec Op modes makes up for the short campaign. Really good co-op. If you've got a friend, everyone's got a friend that bought this, so play this with them online, especially in co-op. Or in Spec Ops. Then you got the meat of the game, which is the online, the MMO experience, as I put it, because you got so many unlocks coming in this game. You're gonna get titles all the time, emblems all the time, perk upgrades, weapon unlocks like heartbeat sensors, thermal scopes, holographic sights, etc. So you're gonna be playing this online for days and days to come. Highly recommend this one, and I'm pretty sure almost everyone bought this. Next up we have Batman Arkham Asylum. This game went way under my radar this year. I didn't pick it up till a couple weeks ago, but I had really low expectations for this game, and it pulled through on everything. Like, I was expecting it to be like a mediocre game, and it's one of the best I've played in a long time. It's got a really dark atmosphere, which really resembles the comic books from Batman. If you've ever read those are pretty dark and gruesome, which is the way Batman's supposed to be, and that's the way this game is. The main story is the Joker's taken over the prison on Arkham. It's Arkham Asylum, and it's a prison. And the Joker's taken it over, and he's got all the prisoners in there working for him. So he's got lots of thugs working for him, and he's got some villains from previous games in here too. So you'll see a large variety of characters in here that you'll know from the Batman series. Excuse me. This game's got some really good voice acting also. Really glad they brought the voice actors from the cartoon series to this game, which really helps a lot. Some of the best voice acting I've seen in years. The graphics in this game have their own really dark, moody setting. Definitely worth picking this up. It's got some stealth in it. That's one of the reasons I like this a lot, because I don't really like the Splinter Cell games, but because they're too stealthy, but this one's got just enough stealth to be amazing. Next up we have the Saboteur. It's a World War II game, but you're not really fighting in World War II battles. You're fighting you're resisting the Nazis in France, because you're an Irishman whose friend was killed by Nazis. So you're in France just taking out Nazis that are there, and it's got a really cool art style where it'll be black and white, and then it'll slowly add color. The graphics aren't too amazing, but they're still pretty good. Next up we have the Beatles Rock Band, my favorite music game of all time with my favorite band of all time. If you're a fan of either music games or the Beatles, pick this up, because you'll be playing this for hours and hours upon hours. This game's got some really neat new features that do make playing music games with people more fun, especially the three-part vocals, because you can have 3 people playing, like one person playing drums, bass, and guitar, and each of them singing at the same time. So it'll be really fun. You'll be laughing at how bad people sing and stuff, but really fun. Dreamscapes are really cool too. I'm glad the DLC's got dreamscapes of their own, not just like rehashed ones. But this game's really good. Definitely pick it up. Next we have Assassin's Creed 2. Definitely a big improvement upon the first one, even though the first one was amazing. The developers in this game really listened to what the gamers wanted, and the gamers wanted to be able to go in water. They wanted that this game would not be repetitive like the first one, and the developers pulled through on all of it. In this one you play as Ezio Auditore. Don't know if I said that right, but he is an assassin, or he's training to be an assassin, and this game takes place a couple hundred years after the first Assassin's Creed, so you'll see some new architecture and stuff, but the basic gameplay premise of Assassin's Creed 1 is still here. So you kind of go into this knowing what you're going to get, but think of it as Assassin's Creed 1, the way Assassin's Creed 1 should have been. I really like this game over the first one. Cutscene graphics are okay, and the audio in this game is really good. The soundtrack. Also, the customizations in this game is pretty cool. How you can change how your guy looks, upgrade some weapons, or like his boots and armor and stuff like that. Last but not least, we have Resident Evil 5. Best co-op experience this year, without a doubt, because this game is just meant to be played in co-op. You can either play as Chris or Sheva, I believe, and it's definitely got a steep learning curve though. So you may take half hour, maybe an hour to really get the hang of this, because you can't just run and gun like in Halo, Call of Duty, or Gears, or whatever. You can't just run and gun, because if you do, you'll just get clobbered because you can't shoot. So you gotta sit still and shoot and aim where you're shooting, because if you miss a couple shots, zombies will just run up to you and just maul you to death, basically. But really good co-op experience. That's what this game was built for. It's got some really cool weapons and upgrades for those weapons. So like you'll get like different upgrades for each weapon. Yeah, and you can get like chain guns and just like really crazy guns, like big magnums and stuff like that. And you can trade weapons online with your friends and stuff. So definitely recommend picking this one up. It's got some good graphics also. And yeah, like I said, the basic story mode to this one is that you are like agents and you're going to investigate like an infected outbreak in Africa. And as you're playing, you'll learn more to the story. I don't really remember too much about the story though, but I just remember it being like one of the best co-op games I've played in a long time. So those are the games, you guys. Here they are. And the one I'm going to pick for best multi-platform game of the year is going to be, it's going to come as a surprise to you guys, I think, but Batman Arkham Asylum. This game just blew me away. I know what you guys are thinking. If you've seen my other videos, you know I love the Beatles rock band. And it was really hard for me to not give this the award, but this game was just better. I don't know how I'm saying it, but it was better than the Beatles rock band. So there you go, guys. This is my favorite multi-platform game of the year, and stay tuned maybe for an Xbox 360 exclusive video, PlayStation 3 exclusive, or a Wii. I don't know if I'm going to do those yet, but stay tuned for those if I make them. So thanks for watching, guys, and check out some other videos.